Today is January 6th, 2012. Just got done watching the Lakers and Warriors play Friday night. Um, Lakers look great at times. They look good. They look like they're going to go places. And then at other times, you can tell that we need a lot of work. We need help on the defensive end and even on some of our shot selections and our offensive moves. We have a lot of work to be done before we get back to where we should be. We should be contenders. I'm really not digging this whole fighting for your 1, 2, 3 seeds in the West, and that I'm not with all that. But overall, it was a good game. I would say I'm proud of them, but we're supposed to beat the Warriors, especially without Steph Curry. It shouldn't have been that close. We need to be blowing. We used to be blowing teams out, and I think we still can be that team. We just have a couple of minor fixes that we can do, and it's to be a lot better team. We can start blowing teams out, and we can start winning these matchups against other competitive teams, and we're not far off. It doesn't. It's not going to take a huge personnel change. There's little things that I noticed that will definitely help us become a better team. Took some notes during the game. Start off like with a couple keys is just it's just I think it comes down to coaching. The players are out there and they're doing everything, but the coach still has to take charge of it. And one of the things is our free throws, and the players shoot the free throws, but coach, do not let them leave the gym until they hit 25, 30 free throws in a row. You're a professional basketball player. You've been shooting free throws all your life. Nothing ever changes. There's never anybody in your face. Same size ball, same distance. Same size basket. Nothing changes. You've shot hundreds of thousands of them probably. There's no reason for you to be missing this many free throws. At one point, Andrew Bynum was 1 for 5. I think he finished 2 for 6. Could have had a double double if he'd have just hit half his free throws. Kobe, he's about 50-50 from the line in my mind. I don't know with him and Pau Gasol and a lot of the Laker players. Free throw percentage is horrible. I was gonna look it up, but I just kind of wanted to make the video. But bottom line, those are free points. Don't have to be 100%, but you definitely have to be a lot better than we are. Another thing is meta world peace. Coach Mike Brown. All right, we brought you in as a defensive guy. That's great, but you're still a basketball coach. Just tell this guy to stop shooting, man. Just don't let him shoot. I don't know why he's getting minutes right now, to be honest. I would much rather have Barnes and Ebanks in there. Ebanks was a little frustrated that he got a starting role taken, and I don't really blame him. I feel like if you let him in there and he does his thing, then he can develop into a pretty good player. But him and Matt Barnes should definitely be getting most of the minutes. And tell Meta, I know he's psycho, all right? You might want to park your car in the corner of the lot with the camera on or something to make sure he doesn't key you up. But just tell him to stop shooting because it doesn't work. I think the one shot he hit today was a bank from straight away. And I'm not comfortable with him shooting at all. I wish he would stop. He's not even the best defensive player anymore. So if it were me, it'd be tough for him to find minutes on my squad. And then I think our biggest issue is our defense, perimeter and post defense. Andrew Bynum plays really good post defense. Sometimes he falls for those pump fakes, but they all do, and I think he'll grow with that. But Pau Gasol, I feel like he just gets beat every time, and either gets a foul called on him or he gets beat and one, and I don't feel comfortable with him when they give it to the guy he's guarding. I feel like they have a good chance of scoring. I feel like the ball, just kind of bounces in the basket when you're shooting and it Pau's on you. So I'm definitely not comfortable with that. But I think our bigger issue is a perimeter defense. We just don't, we're not fast and we're not quick enough, and we let a lot of the guards get by us and break our defense down from the front going towards the middle, and it puts our big men in a tough spot, and that might need a little personnel change, but I just feel like we're chasing the ball a lot, especially coming off screens. You gotta either bump the guy off the screen or show and let your guy get back, or just don't give up curl and come around the top. The guy Klay Thompson was killing us. He was like 7 for 8 or something. We can't chase him off the screens, especially shooters like that. All right. Another thing is, I think it was the third quarter, we had about 3, 4 fast breaks in a row. It's awesome, and we don't you don't need to be the fastest team. The ball moves faster than Derrick Rose, Rajon Rondo, all the fastest players. They're not going to catch up to a pass. So if you break out and just start developing some plays just off fast breaks, you don't have to score, you don't have to shoot, but at least put some pressure on the defense because fast breaks is such a critical part of the game, and it's so important to the player. I mean, the teams that go out and run the fast breaks like the Heat, it works for them. You don't need to throw lobs all the time, but if you just push the ball at the court, then it puts a little more pressure on the defense than walking it up and getting a half court set. And like I said, not a lot of this is personnel, but we have so many turnovers. Just bad passes trying to force it into the post, and Kobe sometimes with some ill-advised jumping to pass, and I don't want to blame it on his wrist because his wrist it's going to be a problem for the whole season. So let's move past that, and we can't blame the wrist for everything because it's not going to get better, and that's just the situation we're dealt. So he can still shoot. He scored 37 points tonight. 39 points. He's at 30 plus in the last 3 games. So we can't blame the wrist for his shooting off. Obviously, it makes it harder, but he's a smart player, and I think the biggest key is for him to adjust. And I really feel like he should be the type of player. Well, my points, I'm gonna get mine. I don't need to go out looking for them and forcing jump shots. You will score. You're a good enough basketball player. I don't want to tell you how to play the game, but I feel like in a half court set, we should come down and look for Andrew in the post, and he'll do his work, and it'll free you up a lot more, Kobe. Speaking of Andrew, he's a great player. He's so dominant right now, and even though he didn't score a lot tonight, I'm still really happy with his play. It's gonna make it a lot harder if it ever comes down to the decision of trading him or not. But I still think we might have to. But obviously Andrew's playing great. One thing I just wish he would work on is when he catches it in the post. Sometimes he'll spin the wrong direction or he'll take a little extra pivot here and there, and I feel like first thing you do is catch the ball and feel where your defender is and go up to the basket strong. If you feel him and he's right there, then all right, do your spin move, do your little hook shot or whatever you got to do. But so a couple of times I've seen in the game that he spun the wrong way away from the basket when he could have spun to the basket and it would have been a dunk. But like I said, I'm happy with this play. Speaking of dunks, I don't know what Powell's problem is. He got a dunk tonight, first one I've seen probably all season, after he wants to tip the ball around for 6 minutes in the air. Like, man, how tall do you want to be before you dunk the ball? At least go for a dunk. I mean, you're 7'1". There's a bunch of high school players, college players, and even NBA players that would kill to be your height. There's 6'10" guys out there, 6'7" guys out there that if they got the ball down low and they were 7 feet, they would dunk it every time. Dunk the ball. Be aggressive. I know you're a finesse player. You don't have to live that kind of lifestyle, though. Dunk the ball if you can dunk the ball. Simple as that. Goodness. All right. That's a little bit of keys to how I think the Lakers can be a better team. And I know they can be a better team. They're definitely not a 500 team. They won't finish the year 500, but I feel like if they just, kind of cut these little mistakes down, then we'll be all right. We'll just take it game by game. Just win the game that's in front of you. You don't have to win a 7-game series all at once. You don't have to make the playoffs all at once. All you got to do is win the game that's in front of you. It's easy as it gets.